to the channel, fam. Welcome back to the channel. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell, it's simple. Now today we're going to be tapping in with Jogg AI, and they have a Black Friday deal going on. So we're going to learn a little bit more about that, but before we get into that, let's just take a look at the platform itself and see what it has to offer. So it allows you to transform ideas into stunning AI avatar videos in minutes. And we're going to take a look at it. Now, to keep things transparent, I did pick this up when it was on AppSumo. It is no longer on AppSumo. It is strictly subscription only service. So if you are interested in Jogg AI, just keep that in mind, that it is a subscription only service at this point. So as you can see here, we have a few options: text to avatar, photo to avatar. You can do a custom avatar, make your own digital twin. I know that's the big thing that's going on right now. I have my own digital twin, as you know, not me per se, Brian, but the introverted marketer. He has his own digital version of himself, and we're going to tap in with that and see what that looks like. And of course, they have their own avatar gallery, where if you don't want to create an avatar for yourself to promote your products and services or create your content, you can just choose an avatar from their gallery and you can go from there. And there's no credit card required to get started. Here's a feature that I use, because I do plan on doing some Amazon affiliate marketing, possibly doing a YouTube and just promoting Amazon affiliate products. You just put in a link and it allows you to create a video using the assets on Amazon, eBay, pretty much whatever Jogg supports, you can create a video on, and we're going to go through that. This is going to be a deep dive in it. And of course, you have the photo product shoot, where you upload a photo, you describe how the product should appear, and they give some examples right here. And then they have the product photo shoot, same concept. You upload your image, describe how you want it to appear, and then you have your videos. And we're going to tap all in that. We're not going to just be swayed by the fancy advertisements. We're going to see how it actually functions in person. I just want you to see how the sales page looks. And of course, they have plenty of AI voice options, and we could take a look and see how some of them sounds. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and check on the pricing plans. So right now is Black Friday in Jogg. So for the next 6 days, they're having 100% credit boost, or up to 100% credit boost. And here are the plans. If you pay yearly, and you get an additional plus 50% credits, so it's $36 a month for their recommended plan, or most popular plan. And that gives you unlimited video creation, videos up to 15 minutes, 10 custom avatars, and you get access to the different kind of avatar models, Avatar X. And here are all the features you have here. And you get the brand kit. With the team, you pretty much get these credits up front. Just want to make sure you know that. The credits don't renew monthly, and I'll show you what those credits are, because I was allotted some credits when they changed to this credit system for generating, I want to say, the premium content. Things they use like VO and things like that, more advanced video generation tools. So this is what you get with team. And of course, they have the free plan, where if you just want to get started, and you can see here I'm enjoying lifetime access because I invested in Jogg last year. On the free plan, it includes 3 credits, and you'll have up to 3 avatar videos, and the videos will be up to 1 minute. So you pretty much get to try it before you choose to invest. And you know I'm a big fan of, if you can't get it on a lifetime deal, or even if you can, you want to be able to try out the deal before you invest any money, whether it's a subscription or a lifetime deal. And on the monthly, you can see there's really no discount, just $29, $69, $89. And of course, the enterprise is custom. You get in contact with them if you need anything specific with that. And just a little bit more on what you get right here. And of course, they have their pricing FAQs. Of course, you can cancel at any time. You can purchase credits, the pay-as-you-go option. Unused credits can be refunded. And they have an API plan and an app plan. It's two different plans, so we're going to go over the API plan. And they have different options for payments, such as PayPal and Stripe and Apple Pay, Google Pay. So monthly subscriptions, we know the difference. One is charged on a monthly basis, the other is charged upfront on a year. So let's go ahead and take a look at the API pricing, because that's different. So for the API plan, the free tier allows you 10 free API credits. You get basic API support. It allows you to create avatar videos, AI scripts, and of course it comes with their watermark because it is free. The advanced is $99 a month. You get 100 API credits. Everything in free. Create video from URL, video from templates, watermark removed. And this here is very useful for those of you that are into webhooks and things like that. You may find that this may be something that you want to consider with any content generation platform, being able to just use the API and just hug it up via webhooks and get it automated. I know for a lot of people, especially on this channel, we like simple. So that option is available to you. And then a professional plan, which comes in at $399, you just get 800 more credits. So I think the pricing is reasonable if you need the API. If you are heavy into content creation with video avatars, then it's definitely something to consider. But with that being said, we can head over to here in the Black Friday Lucky Wheel. Spin your luck and grab up to 100% more credits, more videos, more creativity, more everything for the same price. Now, I don't need this because I'm unlimited and it's available for new users and plan upgrades. This promotion cannot be combined with other discounts or offers. I like how they put that there. I wish it was bigger, but I understand why some companies keep things smaller to not damper the emotion of the overall marketing effort. And it shows how big your potential bonus can be right here, depending on your plan, monthly, yearly, and you can just spin the wheel. I don't know if I could spin the wheel because I'm in a lifetime deal with the sellers who can spin the wheel, and it starts from November 24th, and today is November 25th, 2025, and it goes through to December 1st. And it just gives you details about it. The discount only applies to this year, and subsequent renewals will follow the standard pricing. So that's just something to keep in mind. API is not eligible for this promotion, and neither is Enterprise, and you cannot stack anything. So that's just something to keep in mind. I'm just curious how it looks if we just spin the wheel. But as you can see, that really doesn't make sense because I already have unlimited video creation because I am on a lifetime deal with Jogg. Very grateful that I was able to lock in when they was on AppSumo. But I see that we're 10 minutes into the video and I haven't really shown you everything that it can do. But as you can see, here is the back office. And it's just some things I just been working on. Some stuff that I haven't put out yet, but some stuff I've been messing around with. I did do a video on Jogg AI before, but it didn't come out as I anticipated it. So I scrapped that video, and now we have this video that we're working on, and I'm going to take you through each tool. So it's going to be a longer video. It may be some cuts you see in the video as I go through different tools, specifically the URL of the video and things like that. So we can test out Amazon, we can test out eBay and places like that, how we can make ads from URLs. But we can go ahead and start from the AI avatar video, and we'll just create a talking avatar video from any script. So let's click this. And as you can see, we have a bunch of avatars here. 1 second, family. We have a bunch of avatars here that are ready for use by the public, and then we can go with a 16:9 if you wanted to shoot a long form video. So they have you covered. I also have my own avatars. They do have different names. I was just testing them out with different image generators. You can make different looks, and I'll go through the process with you so we can create some avatars together. I do have some credits to spare, as you can see, about 328. I am going to start using Jogg AI to do some more work, so to speak, specifically on YouTube. So let's go ahead and we can go ahead and try the 9:16, see how that looks. And we'll just pick an avatar. This woman here looks nice and friendly. Let's go with this avatar right here. Okay, so 1 second, family, because I do have my headset on, and for this video I want you to be able to hear the actual voices so you can judge for yourself how the voice quality is. That's very important. So let me just pause the video so we can put everything on speaker. Alright, family, we back. So let's go ahead and so you can hear the voice of our selected avatar.
Welcome to the future of UGC video creation with Jogg AI. Just type your script to get started.
So that is the voice for our avatar, Sophie, professional. And we have a bunch of voices, and then it shows where these voices come from, whether it's Minimax, Azure, or 11 Labs. So you do have options. You can choose by provider, you can choose by gender, you can choose by language, you can choose by age, your specific use case, and then once you pick you can pick a certain language. Once you pick certain categories, let's just say we want male and English and 11 Labs, then you see accent will unlock. You even got Chicago accent. That's funny. They got Canadian, Croatian, so they have different accents depending on the language that you choose. So that's something to keep in mind. With Jogg AI, you're getting a ton of different options for your use case, so your avatar can really speak to your audience how you want to speak to them in terms of the accent, the voice. Your options are there. And of course, you can integrate a third-party voice. And by clicking that, use your 11 Labs API key. I have my own 11 Labs account, so if I want to put my voice on to this, because I train my professional voice on 11 Labs, I can do that. And I actually think that I would prefer to do that if I'm going to use an avatar here, because I didn't like how my voice came out on Jogg AI. Not to knock Jogg AI, but 11 Labs, in my opinion, is probably the best in terms of training a professional voice. So with that out the way, we have no script here. We can upload audio if we want. We can choose to have subtitles on. We can use the AI writer. We can randomize. So let's just go ahead and get a sample script. I have unlimited video creation, and this is a regular video, so this is not going to cost me any of these special credits because it's not an Avatar X. It's just a regular avatar. So let's go ahead and use the AI writer. And we can just go ahead and click describe how Pixar animates, But as you can see, they give us some options just to get started, just for purpose of demonstration or just testing the capabilities. So we'll go with that. And let's just hit generate and see what it does. It's going to generate the script. And you can see on the plan that I'm on, I'm eligible for up to 15 minutes max, or 13,800, I believe that's characters. So it's going to go ahead and generate the script. And here we have our script. We can edit the script, we can regenerate the script. If you want anything to change, let's just say it's paraspeech. Okay, paraspeech is not working right now. Let's just say we want to shorten the script. Because we don't want the script to be super duper long. We just want it to be nice and short, so you can see how the avatar looks when it's speaking. And then we can go ahead and hit apply because we're satisfied with that. There we go, 914 characters. And then we can go ahead and hit generate. And since we selected an avatar for the 9:16 aspect ratio, we're going to go ahead with that. We can just keep the file name as it is. You can have the Jogg AI watermark on or off. If you're on a paid plan, I'll just put it on for the demonstration video. And you can use the format of MP4 or WebM, whatever you prefer, but we're just going to render the video. So that's going to render wherever, and we see that we're on the avatar light, so I'm not going to be charged. Now this is an Avatar X video. I don't know what it said because I did do this a while ago, but I do want to show you what an Avatar X video looks like before we go ahead and generate one ourselves. So let's go ahead and bring it up, since that's going to take some time to generate.
Alright team, we're going to burn, sweat and smile together, and by the end you'll feel unstoppable. TikTok rose quickly because it combined a highly engaging product design with powerful recommendation technology at a moment when social habits were changing. Built by ByteDance from its Chinese app Douyin, TikTok launched internationally in 2017 and gained...
So I'm not going to make you watch a 4-minute video, but one thing I do want you to notice about this Avatar X is that it does look a lot more realistic. You see the water in the background and it's rippling a little bit. The female avatar is looks much more lifelike in my opinion. So one thing I do want to note is that if your email address, if you put on notifications, you do get notifications when your video is ready. I just got an email from Jogg saying that the video was ready as we were just looking at this Avatar X video. And now we're going to look at an Avatar Light video that we just created and see what the difference is.
Pixar's films begin with intense story development. Writers, directors, and producers workshop ideas using storyboards and rough story reels, with blunt brain trust notes driving repeated rewrites. Once the story is set, artists and technicians build the world concept art, 3D modeling, texturing, shade.
So I'm not going to make you watch the whole video, but this is an Avatar Light video, and still in my opinion, it looks very good. I think the lip syncing is better on the Avatar X video, but I think either one works. This one came out pretty good. The Avatar X video, I didn't use any subtitles, so you see they has subtitles here, and then we kept the Jogg AI watermark floating around in the video. So that is the Avatar video, and this is an Avatar X video. We'll go together and create an Avatar X video. I do have the credits to spare, but before we do that, I do want to show you this podcast that I did create, just so you can see what to expect when we test out the podcast feature.
Today, let's demystify AppSumo and lifetime deals.
Quick definition first. AppSumo sells software, often one time.
Exactly. Pay once, use long term, no monthly drip.
Why choose that over subscriptions?
Budget control and stacking tools without recurring stress.
The catch?
Some products fade or shut down. Updates can...
So I'm not going to make you watch the entire podcast video, but I do want you to understand that they do offer this feature. How I feel about it, it looks okay. The room looks realistic. The people look realistic. The emotions is a bit suspect. I'm not sure if people are going to consume this kind of content. To me, it just doesn't look very engaging how they speak. But that's my opinion. But in terms of presentation, I think it's very much well done, and we'll go ahead and create one together. I'll show you how it looks, just so you have an idea of how it works. So now that we taking a look at these, I also want to show you, before we continue and go back to home and go through the different products, I want to show you a video that I created from a product on Amazon. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Tired of knee pain slowing you down? Meet the comfier cordless knee massager. Pain relief anywhere, anytime. Use it at home, in the office, or while traveling. Cordless and rechargeable, no wires, pure freedom. Lightweight at just 1.4 pounds for effortless portability. 3 heat settings. 105 degrees Fahrenheit. 100...
So that's a video I created, just taking a simple link from Amazon. And one thing I will say about using Amazon assets, I do have video where they do take other people's content and kind of put it into the content, because the thing about the tool is that it scrapes everything available. But I'm not really trying to put any of that stuff out, because I understand people work hard doing these reviews and kind of taking people's reviews and perspectives. It kind of seemed like you're taking other people's work, but the tool, it does scrape everything that's made available. And of course, you can push everything to a YouTube, which I plan to start pushing more things to my YouTube channel, where I promote Amazon products related to basically knee massagers and things of that nature. So we have the avatar video. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video podcast, which now they have Gemini 3 Pro, which just came out. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. So let's check it out. So you can see that we took a look at this podcast right here, and this is a podcast I was just kind of playing around with, the Go Girl podcast. Just created 2 female avatars, just talking about a variety of different topics. But right now, I want to show you what they have to offer here. You see here, we can use a URL, a YouTube, a PDF, and of course an AI summarizer where we put in text, and it pretty much will make a podcast out of it. So I suppose I could use my own website. Oh, I didn't realize Paraspeech was on. Yes, Paraspeech. If you see that recording up there, that's Paraspeech. Pretty much record your voice. I'll just show you real quick. Okay, it closed. So never mind that. So they're using Gemini 3 Pro to generate the script. So that means you're going to be dealing with some high quality scripts. So let's just go ahead and put in my website. Right. And see what it comes up with. So here's my website, and we want it to be 5 minutes or less. And we can just go ahead and hit next. And of course, you have the option to upload your script or upload audio. But we're just going to see what script Gemini is going to create for us. And we're going to hit next. And the podcast script is generating. We'll let it do its thing. Should take up to 30 seconds, but I won't keep you hanging here. We'll pause the video and tap back in just so there's no dead time in the video, because this is going to be a long video. Okay, so we're here, and I can create a new podcast avatar, or I have a few from my Google podcast that I was playing around with, pretty much avatars in different scenarios. We have the beach, we have the professional, we have the lounge, but they also have the demo, which I was playing around with for podcasting. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just choose a demo to talk about the website. Let's go ahead and pick. We did see the couple, or rather the two gentlemen. I don't see them. So I'm just going to pick Isabella and Randy. And you can see here, they have the voices assigned, Amelia and Gabe. And you can switch who speaks first by just clicking this button here. And you can add a pause if you need to. You can show us subtitles if you want. And Gemini did create this script, but you can also edit if you want by clicking edit more. Or you could just click here manually and you can add things. If you wanted to just go ahead and just go through the script. But I think we're fine. The edit more script, it puts us in the, it rather unlocks the feature where you can just go ahead and really get in depth with how you want to edit it, scene by scene, from the voice, adding pause to specific portions in the video. If you want to add music, if you want to add media, you can upload media, images. You could upload or rather utilize different elements such as banners, emojis, and even memes. You could change how the subtitles look. I normally like to use this one, the Roboto. And of course you can add additional text. And once again, you can change different portions. You can hear how each portion sounds.
That sounds liberating, but designing paths can feel abstract. Practically, where should an introverted marketer put their energy first content?
That's a great question. And
Love that image karaoke for the anxious soul. Start with a simple reframe. Marketing isn't noisy attention seeking, it's purposeful connection.
I gotta say, I like the accent there. So also, I wanted to show you that we can change the emotion. It can go from auto, which is what everything is. We can change it to happy, sad, angry, fearful, disgusted, or calm. Let's just go with calm. You know, I feel like I'm a rather calm person, so we'll go with calm. We can adjust the volume, the pitch, and the speed. Let's just say we want it a little bit. You know, calm people, they speak very intentionally. I think we just keep it at 1. We'll just apply it to all scenes, and we'll render the audio. And everything will be calm. And then we can render the podcast and see how that sounds. So let's go ahead and hit, we can also save it as a draft if we want, but let's just go ahead and hit render. And that podcast is going to go ahead and render. Gemini 3 Pro did the script. You saw that you can upload it if you want, or you can upload audio with someone already speaking the script and it'll interpret it. You can also use a YouTube link. So maybe I'll grab one of my YouTube videos to see how that goes. But while we're waiting, I'll just pause the video and we'll come right back when everything is done. All right, fam. So the videos are done. We're just going to look at them briefly. As you can see, they're about over 6 minutes a piece. And it's freezing for some reason. Okay, so before we get into it, I just want to let you know that you can change the cover. You can download the video, the audio. You can rename it. You can delete. And of course, you can edit, which will take you back into the speaking, the tone, and all that stuff. But with that being said, let's just go ahead and just check out the video. And of course, you can publish it on social, connect your TikTok and YouTube. It's only one account you can use though, it's not multiple. So let's go ahead and hit play. And it's taking a little bit to load.
Ever feel like marketing is a karaoke night where everyone's expected to belt out their life story? You'd rather whisper.
Sorry if you're wondering why the voices are both female, rather, it has everything to do with because I changed everything in the actual both female. But computer's running a little bit slow. I'm not sure why that is because I'm trying to close this out. And this video right here was generated from a YouTube link, from a YouTube video I did on Product Canyon. And this video right here was generated from a PDF file based on just my philosophy and how I speak and when I'm working with LLMs, how I want them to communicate as me. But because everything is kind of low right now, I don't want to pull those up until we can figure out what's going on. So just give me 1 second so I can figure out why the computer is running slow. Okay, family, so I just closed out a bunch of applications that was taking up a whole bunch of space. So hopefully now moving forward, the video, everything should be running smooth and at high frames per second. So this is the video I made based on a YouTube link for Product Canyon.
Into a massive supermarket, and everything is on sale. The red tags are everywhere, the music is loud, and suddenly you forget what you actually came in to buy. Oh, absolutely. It's Black Friday paralysis. Too much noise, not enough signal. You end up buying a blender you'll never use.
So basically they just put their own spin on the video. I'm not gonna make you watch a 6-minute video, but this is from avatars that I created in my Go Girl podcast. I actually should show you how you can do that before we leave from here. I was just showing you how you can use different types of content to create additional content. In this case, this was a YouTube video repurposed into a podcast, and this is my website link repurposed into a podcast, and this is a PDF repurposed into a podcast. We can take a look at that.
Let me ask you something.
For a second.
When you look at the current state of digital marketing, what do you see? Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like a shouting match. Everyone is screaming, everyone is performing, and it feels like if you aren't posting 10 times a day, you simply don't exist. It's the guru theater, plain and simple.
I gotta say that these look actually better than the original first AppSumo one that I showed you. This one right here. Other than this one with the actual voices mismatching, and that was my mistake in the editing. But these two here, it definitely looks a lot cleaner, in my opinion. Still can tell that it's AI, but you can definitely see that it definitely looks a lot cleaner than how this one looked. And maybe it's because of just this particular setting, but I just like how these looked in general. So before we leave, I do want to show you that you can create your own podcast characters. So let's just go ahead and you can go to my channel. We'll just click a video. I just did this, dropped this video today. And we'll go to the back and we'll go to YouTube. We're not going to create a video. I just want to show you that you can create your own characters so you can see how that looks. So we'll pause while it's doing the script. Okay, so I just want to show you the features that I actually didn't go over. So let's take a look at the multi-character. You can see here, this is the multi-character you can choose. And of course they have, one second, they have the remote dialogue where you can choose a public avatar, 1 or 2. So you have options here for your podcast. They give you a bunch of different templates you can choose. If you wanted to go ahead and just run a channel or create some content using this, you could. Here's what I used right here, the multi-character. Of course, the talk show. And of course, you can create a new podcast character. And this is new. You can actually upload images of who you want and you can create a podcast. You can pick if you want them to be male or female. You can name the podcast. You can choose the background, whether it's living room, office, or studio. Or you can just create a prompt. And I think I actually want to do this for you so you can just see how it works. So let's see, for avatar ad reference, what does that mean? So, okay, so I can choose avatars that I already created. So since these are avatars I already created, I think this could work. I did want to show you in general how you can create your own avatar. But I actually created my podcast some avatars here anyways. So let's see who we can pick. Let's just pick this avatar. I created that avatar with Recraft, I believe. And we could pick this avatar. Well, they can't use the same voice. I don't want them to use the same voice. I know this video is going to be a little bit long in the tooth, but that's because I'm showing you everything going on with Jogg AI. And instead of doing multiple videos, you could just skip to your favorite portion in the video and see which one works for you, or rather which part you want to learn to understand. So we have Blondie here.
Oh, come on! You think I don't see what's happening here? Please, I was 2 steps ahead before you even laced up your shoes.
That sounds great for a podcast because it's very conversational. It might not match her. It actually might match her better. So let's just see. Actually, it doesn't matter. We're just doing an example anyways. And we can name this Go Girl Podcast, the sequel. And we want to describe a background. Let's see. A lavish apartment setting serves as the background for the podcast. So it seems simple, but we can always improve the prompt. Shout out to WordDara. And we'll use make longer. Let it do its thing. Well, it didn't work right there, so I do want to improve this. Perhaps I can use, we'll use bingo. Pismo came through. That's my options matter, fam. I got Pretty Prompt, I got WordDara, and I have Pismo. And you can see Pismo gave our prompt some depth, and we can go ahead and generate a preview. It also gives us the option if we want more themes. And if you got a theme in mind, you can share Create a Spark, and you can submit it to the team. and it'll go from there. We'll hit generate preview and see what it looks like. So it's saying it's going to take about 15 to 30 seconds. And we'll see how that looks. And that didn't take very long. It's just hanging a little bit. Should be wrapping up in just a moment. Let me just pause the video just in case there's an issue and we can hop back in. Okay, so it did hang for a minute, but we do have two different options, and this is going to cost me some credits, but I have 328, so it doesn't matter to me. So it's going to cost me 4 credits, and we can choose both. I have 328 credits, and I can also choose to generate more, but for this example, I'm just going to generate 2 avatars, and we'll hit 8. We'll hit this to generate. And it explains here for the podcast avatar, it's going to be 4 credits a piece. 2 podcast avatars for 8 credits. It shows the credits I have left, and I could choose to not prompt, but I definitely want to keep track of my credits. And we'll hit submit. Because these things are not cheap, and we're actually going to go ahead and take a look at the credit system in this video as well, because these credits are going to be key to creating not just your podcast, but anything using Avatar X, the really high quality avatars. That's all coming through your credits. And if you remember, when we was taking a look in the beginning at the subscription tiers, you're only allotted a certain amount of credits for the year up front. Well, for the annual. So that's just something to keep in mind. We can actually take a look at the credit system. Can we? Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, fam. So you can see here, got the email, and it'll show you how many credits I have left. And for 10 credits, you're paying $20. For 10 credits, you're paying $20. So these credits are not cheap. So make sure you're using them sparingly. I'm being a little bit too generous, and that's just for demonstration purposes to just show you. But pretty much 8 credits is almost $20. So that's just something to be mindful that the credits are not cheap. So we'll close that out. The podcast is going to take about 5 minutes to generate. I'm not going to keep you here waiting for 5 minutes, but that was just to show you how you can go ahead and create it yourself if you want to. Remember, they already have a whole bunch of templates that you can use, including remote dialogue, in which is just one avatar speaking, and then it'll switch over to another avatar speaking in a different remote location instead of them being in the same location, and then you're good to go. But I'm not going to keep you here waiting for 5 minutes because that's unreasonable. So we'll go ahead and we'll check back in when that's done. So we've seen the avatar video, the video podcast. The talking video was essentially the avatar video, but it just really allows you to turn photos into realistic talking videos. So actually, let's go ahead and do that. And we could just upload any photo. Let me just pause the video while I find a photo. I accidentally ended the video, fans. So if you notice that pause and the screen just switching over, the video is just ended prematurely, and we're continuing the video from here. So instead of just looking for a video, looking for a photo. They gave us some photos to try. So let's check. Let's choose this photo right here. And we have this photo right here. There's this young woman, and it's going to cost us 2 credits to create. We can choose to save it as our avatar. But pretty much it's just taking any photo and bringing it to life instead of the predetermined templates that they have that I shown you in the beginning. You could take pretty much any photo and make it an avatar. So we'll just pick a topic. We can say introduce the basics of investing, and we'll hit. Oh, we can just randomize. How about we just randomize? This trip tested me in ways I didn't expect, but I came back with stories you'll want to hear. That seems fine. We can show us subtitles, and it'll cost us 2 credits, and that's fine. And we'll let that video generate, and that's essentially just a photo. Turn it into an avatar talking photo. The podcast is still going, so we can head home, and while that's doing what it's doing, we have PowerPoint or PDF to video. Love that. So we have some templates here that we could choose from in 16:9 or 9:16, but if it's going to be a PowerPoint, more than likely it's going to be 16:9. So I do have PowerPoint or rather slides that are normally used in either Notebook or Gamma. And for script options, we can auto-generate the script, and we can add speaker notes to the script. Let's just hit auto-generate. But we do have some examples here. So instead of just me going and searching for different PowerPoints, we'll just use an example right here that they have. And I want to choose this template right here. And we'll go with exhibitions. And we'll hit import. Once again, it takes us to the editor. And we can see everything here that's going on. And as you can see, we can choose the avatar light, which is the neutral. But we can choose different emotions. Or rather, neutral is an emotion, and then you have the avatar light emotion, which is auto. But you can choose sad, nervous, confident, happy. I think I want to go with confident. Can we go with confident and apply it to all? If I recall. Okay, so yes. You can choose the model that you want to use, and with 11 Labs 3, it offers precise emotional control by inserting the audio tags into the text input wrapped in square brackets. And of course, you can click there to learn the best practices. And once again, you can modify stability, the volume, the speed, and the style exaggeration. And that's because this happens to be an 11 Lab voice. I don't believe you can change these all at once. I think it's one at a time that you would have to go through scene by scene. So we can just stick with avatar light for all of these. And we're going to stick with 11 Labs Flash 2.5. And we can see how it's going to look in this example right here. Can we just play it? Oh, we got to render the audio first.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Today, we're not just talking about food safety. We're talking about protecting your reputation and ensuring your business.
So the lip syncing is always going to be off until you render the actual video. But we could go ahead and see that everything here is good to go based on the PowerPoint that was uploaded. And we're going to have our speaker speaking through the PowerPoint. So we can go ahead and render that. This won't cost us any credits. If I recall, it may cost 2. Let's just go ahead and render it, and we'll see how that turns out. And here is our video. Female in the hijab. I believe that's how you say it. Let's go ahead and see how it looks.
This trip tested me in ways I didn't expect, but I came back with stories you'll want to hear.
So it looks pretty good in avatar light. I'm kind of wondering why she was looking off to another direction instead of looking directly in the camera. But as you can see, you can take any photo and Jogg AI will bring it to life with realistic lip syncing and make the photo move. But that does cost you some credits. And you can see the Go Girl podcast, the sequel, it finished. And we can see that our avatars are looking pretty good. I'm curious to see how they're going to look once they start talking. So I just want to give one of them a voice so we can see how it looks. Or ever how it sounds, instead of it just being Sophie and Sophie. Let's go ahead and go with female. And we'll just pick one. I have this saved. And we'll just go ahead and render it so it can do its thing. And we just want to hear how it sounds. And here our video is ready that we did from a PowerPoint.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Today, we're not just talking about food safety. We're talking about protecting your reputation and ensuring your business thrives. Here's our roadmap. We'll start with the why, the critical importance.
So the lip syncing is much better. I probably would go through slide by slide to make sure that the avatar isn't blocking the actual content. But that's just me. But I just wanted to show you that
And finally,
the lip syncing does work. But I would definitely go slide by slide in the editor and just make things a little bit more clean so that the avatar's actual head, the talking head, isn't in the way of the content. And that's how I would handle that. Now we can head back home. We've went over the avatar video, the podcast, the talking photo, the PowerPoint. We didn't go over the Avatar X in the Talking Baby podcast, and we still got to go over URL of the video, product photo shoot, product video shoot, and the product avatar. So let's go ahead and get right into it with Avatar X. And they give you a little intro video. We're not going to watch all of it. We'll take a look at some of it. Actually, we'll let it rock.
You might know this song, but you never heard it like this. Let me give you a version that hits differently.
So pretty much just going over some of the things that we was already doing. But with this particular feature, we can create our own avatar that is more realistic, more lifelike than the normal avatar. So we got Marilyn Monroe right here.
Welcome to Talking Photo with Avatar X.
And
Just type your script to get started.
looking outstanding right there. And we can use a custom emotion on Marilyn Monroe. Let's just go ahead and go with her being confident.
Welcome to Talking Photo with Avatar X. Just type your script to get started.
You go with
Welcome
surprise.
to Talking Photo with Avatar X. Just type your script to get started.
We can go with happy.
Welcome to Talking Photo with Avatar X. Just type your script to get started.
And as you can see, with Avatar X, you can really see the emotion in the character's face. And that's what I like about it. Once again, it'll cost us 2 credits to create, and I have no issue with that. I showed you how it looked with the talking photo. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to randomize it. And I like that right there. And we'll make her be confident.
Photo with Avatar X. Just type your script to get started.
So with the save to avatar option, I didn't click before. So that's just to explains how the credit works. And it's all estimated. But I like Marilyn right there. So we'll go ahead and create the video. We don't need any subtitles. And pretty much it's just going to be Marilyn saying this thing. The confident demeanor in which she speaks should be evident in the video. So we'll go ahead with that. And it's going to go ahead and do its thing. It seems like it did do a video, but it didn't pick the podcast that I created. It picked the old podcast.
You know the old saying, Jack advantage.
Well, rather the old characters from the podcast, which is odd. So maybe I didn't pick the correct podcast. So that's my fault. But I've already shown you extensively the podcast feature. I just wanted to show you guys how you can create your own podcast characters. So even though I selected the wrong characters, that doesn't take away from the fact that you can do a lot of things with the podcast features. So the Avatar X is going to go ahead and generate, and pretty much it's just a talking photo, but it's Avatar X. So pretty much the same process I just showed you, but for Avatar X. And now they have Avatar VFX, and we're going to go ahead and tap into that. So you can pick a different VFX template. You can add a portrait, and you get the video. You can see the advertising Pikachu right there. We'll just hit I already know. So let's get into it. So the example I had did before was Wonder Warrior or Wonder Woman. So I think I'm just going to go ahead with that. And we could choose our resolution from being 480p to 1080p. And if we choose 10 seconds, it'll be 2 credits. We got credits to spare. And we want to make sure that the face is always facing the front. We want our character looking directly at us or the audience. So that makes sense. And we can, for the aspect ratio, it has adaptive. And it's saying the video will automatically be adjusted to the best ratio based on the uploaded image. So we do need to upload an image. Can we use a prompt? Okay, so you can describe the special effects, or you could pick something. So I have the template here that I want. Instead of just describing a special effect, I'm going to pick the special effect that I want, but I do need to upload an image. So okay, fam, so I went ahead and went into Gemini and created an image of a woman that I wanted to use, but then I clicked over here and it says I can upload from my computer or select from my avatar, so that makes it even easier. So we're going to go ahead and select from my avatar, and I'm going to pick a photo avatar, one of my avatars. Let's go ahead and select her, Regina, and see what it can do. And it's going to cost us 2 credits. And I'm just looking to see, well, rather show you guys all the templates that they do have. Even though I picked the first one, there's a whole bunch of different templates that you can choose. Maybe I might change the template that I want to use. Since Regina's already stylish right there, we can go ahead and maybe pick this ghost trail right here. I kind of like that. But we're just scrolling down, and okay, that looks cool right there too. And then you have fairies and then running. So you have a whole bunch of different templates that you can choose, and of course you can prompt your own effect and let the AI try to interpret it and create something for you. But we're going to go with this ghost trail right here and see what it does. It's going to go ahead and do its thing. So while it's going ahead and doing its thing, we can go ahead and go home here, and that was the Avatar VFX. And of course they have video translation, so you can instantly translate videos to other languages. I want to show you how that looks. So with this, you actually need to drag and drop a video here. You can't necessarily use a link, and it can be as big as 1 gigabyte, I believe. You can have it auto detect the language, or you could choose from a variety of different languages that's being spoken, or that it can interpret that the video is speaking, and you can choose a bunch of different voices that you want the video to speak as. I don't believe I have any videos, but let's just say the target language I want it to be German. Oh, you could create a few of them. Does it cost you any credits? Doesn't seem to. So maybe we go German, French, and we want Spanish. And you can choose to lip sync, enable dynamic duration, which allows the translation process to adjust segment durations for improved translation and audio quality. And then you can include captions, and that requires, I believe this is for a certain tier that you need to be on. I'm not sure why that logo is. And if you want subtitles, you can upload. We'll find a video and we'll tap back in so we can see how it works. So I took a video from the actual first video from my YouTube, and I uploaded it, and we're going to go ahead and submit it for translation. So let's go ahead and submit for translation. The video is essentially about me rebranding the channel. And as you can see, because it's avatar light and I have unlimited video creation, it did not charge me. Well, I'm not going to say it's because it's avatar light, because it did charge me for this video here and this video here. But because it didn't specify that it was going to charge me, my credit should be good to go. And this video here, the ghost trail is ready. So let's go ahead and take a look. It does have some effects. I wish it would have gave our female avatar a little bit more. No, she looks fine. I think it looks fine. But the ghost effect, I wish it was a little bit more consistent, like in the example. Maybe I should have picked a better photo avatar. But that's the avatar VFX, and of course you can see the creations, and if I create my own templates, I can do that as well, and they'll show up here, or we can explore templates. So you describe the effect, enter a prompt describing the visual effect, and generate the final VFX with one click. So I would like to actually, while we're waiting for these to go, and we're going to see how they sound in the different languages, I would like to see how we can come up with a prompt describing a visual effect. So I'm not saying I'm going to do another video, but I do want to show you that you can create your own visual effect. I do have the credits to spare, so maybe I will do another video. So let's just come up with a prompt to create our special effect, and it does actually give you some guidance, including adding new objects like characters, elements, stickers, and more special changes. So give me a second to think on it. I'll have a prompt here. I'll upload a new image, and we'll see how it's gonna look. And came up with this prompt with the help of Perplexity, and I'm going to use cherry blossom trees as the special effect, or rather what's going to take place in the background. And I used a public avatar because it's all my avatars, they don't really show full body. Well, this more so shows more full body of the avatar of the person, so I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to go with this. I have my prompt here. I'm going to keep the settings the same, 10 seconds, 1080p. And we're going to go ahead and generate because we have the credits to spare. And make sure our character is facing the front. So we'll let that go ahead and do its thing. And as you can see here, it's just my videos. We have the German version. So let's go ahead and see how that sounds.
Es ist nicht schwer zu erkennen. Es ist einfach. Es ist nicht schwer zu erkennen.
Leute, lasst es uns einfach halten. Der Kanal wird neu ausgerichtet. Kein Hype, keine...
So as you can see, if you watch my videos, if you're familiar with my content, my channel, in the beginning, I have my singer saying it ain't hard to tell, it's simple. So the AI was able to pick up on that and understand that. So it actually changed the introduction from it ain't hard to tell, it's simple into German language. So they definitely did not overlook any details. But let's see how it sounds in French.
Ce n'est pas difficile à voir. C'est simple. Ce n'est pas difficile à voir. La famille, restons simples. La chaîne change d'identité. Pas de buzz, pas de promesses bidons, juste de la clarté.
So that's the French version, and the same thing, same idea. It took the intro and it changed it from the singer to singing. It actually lowered their voice, put it in the background, and gave my avatar a mouth for it to speak, which was definitely interesting because in the original video, none of that is going on. But it actually keeps the avatar here, it seems, throughout the whole video, which honestly is pretty cool. Even though the lips look realistic, it kind of throws it off, and it kind of herky jerky motion, but I think it actually works. And of course we'll have the Spanish version, and we'll say that this is a go here, depending on the kind of video you choose, of course.
No es difícil de notar. Es simple. No es difícil de notar. Hermano, mantengámoslo simple. El canal se está renovando. Sin exageraciones, sin promesas falsas, solo claridad directa. De ahora en adelante, nos enfocamos en marketing de afiliados, marketing...
I actually really like this feature. It gives me the opportunity to take my content and translate it into different languages. Now, mind you, I don't know if the translation is 100% like perfect, but I like how it sounds. Even though it looks a little weird with me having a realistic mouth, that's just more so being nitpicky. As long as it could be generally understood what I'm saying, I could probably translate my content into a whole bunch of different languages just using Jogg AI, and it doesn't really cost me anything because I have that unlimited video creation. They don't charge me my credits to create these kind of videos, to just translating my content. So that's a good look right there. Definitely a feature that I'm happy about. It's definitely a feature if you're trying to reach an international market, just reach more people in general. It's definitely not something that you should overlook, rather. So that's the video translation. Now we're going to tap in with the baby podcast.
You can now type your script to create your Talking Baby podcast and share it across different platforms.
Simple, right? And you can see here, so it didn't create my cherry blossoms, but what it did do was add butterflies. And if you look at the prompt, it did say overlays of blossom silhouettes or delicate butterflies, which was in the prompt, to make the mood enchanting, serene, and visually captivating, highlighting cherry blossoms as the main element. So I think what my issue with the prompt was, I tried to change the background instead of adding effects to it. So the effects of the butterflies was there, but pretty much that's all that was added, was the effects of the butterflies. And you can see that the background is now moving as if there's wind. So it works out. I think it did a very good job, even though there's no sound. I think this is a great job right here. You just have to be specific about the butterfly, or rather, the specific effects that you want to take place in your prompt. It's not really going to change the background much, but certain things that you want added, like elements, you have to be specific so that it can make the best of it. You can see some of the cherry blossom petals that went by right there. So back to the baby podcast, and you can see we have a bunch of different characters, and you could just pick a character.
You can now type your script to create your Talking Baby podcast and share it across different platforms.
You can now type your script to create your Talking Baby podcast and share it across different platforms.
You can now type your script to create your Talking Baby podcast and share it across different platforms.
You can now type your script to create your Talking Baby podcast and share it across different platforms.
You can now type your script to create your Talking Baby podcast and share it across different platforms.
Let's go ahead and go with
You can now type your
OpenAI.
script to create your Talking Baby podcast and share it across different platforms.
That works. And now we can go ahead and go over to edit the script. And once again, we're just going to go ahead and hit randomize. Now, as you can see, we're going to keep an eye on the credits and see if it charges any credits. We just go ahead and randomize. And we're going to go ahead and hit generate. Now notice it doesn't say anything about using these credits. So this falls into that category where if you have unlimited creation or a certain amount of videos allotted to you for the month, then this is what it will be deducted from, and not the credits that you have to pay for, or your monthly credits that they allot to you if you're on a monthly plan or yearly. And as you can see right here, just confirms. You change the file name, the format, and of course we'll add the watermark since it's a demo. And they didn't charge us any credits, so that's that right there. We can take this and go home. So that's pretty much everything here that I've shown you in terms of AI avatar videos. Now, the last portion I want to show you, and I know this video is going over an hour between part 1 and this is now part 2, coming in on 30 minutes, but we do have URL to video, the product photo shoot, the product video shoot, and the product avatar. So I'm not going to rush through them because they do have more tools, and I don't think I'm going to go too much in depth into more tools. I just want to go over the main features that you can use with Jogg AI, and I showed you the AI avatar video. But of course you have these tools down here if you want. Face swap, image to video, text to video, topic to video. Let me know if you want me to do a video on covering down on the more tools portion, because we're already coming up on an hour. I want to make sure I get through this and keep the video under 90 minutes. And make sure I put in timestamps. So we have URL to video. Let's go ahead and check in with that. Now this right here, as you can see, I was doing a bunch of testing, specifically with Amazon, knee massagers and things of that nature. Now the thing about Amazon, it will scrape Amazon and it will take all the assets from Amazon, and that includes any images or any videos, whatever it has. It's going to take it from there, scrape it, and put it there. So you see they have Shane, they have Shopify. Amazon is what they're really good at. They have eBay, they have the App Store, Google Play, WordPress, Webflow, and of course, no URL. You can upload product media manually. So instead of going to do Amazon again, even though that's pretty much what we use it for, I'm going to go ahead and just use my website, which I believe this is already here, from a tool that I was, from wherever a digital product I'm selling. And we can go ahead and just use, we can use that as an example since it's already there. Actually, you know what? Since that is a key feature for all my affiliate marketers out there, I'll do both. This is my website, and I'll show you can scrape a regular website, which is on hosting, and I'll show you what you came here most likely wanting to see a demonstration of, which is the Amazon video capabilities. So we'll go ahead and we'll just leave everything regular. 15-second video, 9:16. It's gonna be spoken in English. These are the assets that it pulled. We'll hit next. And it's gonna go ahead and generate the script. And you can see over here, our baby podcast is done. Just taking a little second to load right now.
Your brain has been tricking you into doing this for years, and today I'm going to show you how to break the cycle.
That actually looks pretty daggone good, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I haven't seen too many of the baby podcasts floating around on YouTube or TikTok or anything like that, but this is definitely a cool little feature right here, and it looks pretty good. And of course, you can go ahead and publish it to your YouTube or your TikTok if you have it connected to Jogg AI. So really, you can make it your hub for producing content and pushing out content. Jogg AI is really built for it. And it's generating the script. Now, with the URL of the video, you can use your own script or you can choose a script from AI. Now, when you go to use your own script, you just enter your script and it goes from there. Or you can just pick from a script here that they have. You can choose generate more and the AI will generate more scripts. It just takes a little second to do so. You can also regenerate these. You can also edit each individual script. Maybe you like what it has, but maybe you want to edit a little bit more, add a little bit more, take a little bit away. You have those options. We can just go with don't worry. Don't worry. That's a song, right? So we're going to go ahead with don't worry. It's going to go ahead and generate the video. Right? It's going to analyze the product, which is, from my actual website, a digital product that I was selling. And of course, we have our avatar here, and it gives us a bunch of different kinds of videos that we can do. We can go ahead and demonstrate batch mode. And batch mode allows us to select every one or whichever ones that we want to use. Let's just say we want to use this one, this. Let's just say we want to use the first 5. We could go ahead and render 5 videos. We can take away the subtitles, or we could keep the subtitles. Pretty much it's going to be the same content, just 5 different videos. And as you can see, I have unlimited video creation. It's not going to cost me any credits, but just because you have unlimited video creation doesn't mean you just go crazy. They do have actual server costs and things like that. So understand you may get throttled if you go too crazy. But for demonstration purposes, we're just going to go ahead and just generate these 5 videos. That way I don't have to show you the batch mode. You're seeing the batch mode live and direct right here. And this is from my actual website. We'll go ahead and hit render. Let it do its thing. And it's going to go ahead and render those videos. Now mind you, see we can publish it here. And we can also go back and we can edit any of these as a new file. And it'll take us right to the main editor and we can go ahead and just do our thing in there. Simple. So these are K. It's going to do it 1 at a time and not 5 at a time. Well, it seems like I was wrong because you got them getting knocked out right now easily. We can go ahead and close this out because we don't need that. And here we have our first video that's done. And the system is called Sales by Friday and it's by me, Brian, the introverted marketer. It ain't hard to tell, it's
Posting
simple.
into the void, crickets after every post, sales stall, 70+ page playbook shows exact posts to trigger sales. Now turn content into paychecks by Friday without huge audiences. Calm, repeatable system for introverted marketers seeking predictable income.
For some reason, when I put that I'm an introverted marketer, it seems that they seem to believe that my audience is solely for introverts, but it's not. It's for people that's really just want things that make sense in their business, calm workflows. You don't necessarily need to be an introvert. But that's neither here nor there. As you can see, we have our 5 videos and they're all 17 seconds. They're pretty much going to say the same thing. They're just going to look differently. Like you can see And this one, she's coming out from the
Posting
side.
into the void, crickets after every post, sales stall, 70+ page play.
So I'm not going to make you watch each video, but pretty much if you want to just batch a whole bunch of content from one link, from one video, you can do that here. Simple. And it doesn't just work for your website, like I said, or rather like they were showing. It'll work for Amazon if you want as well. These are some stuff, instead of me going to Amazon and showing the Amazon and stuff like that, I can just go ahead and pick a product that I already have, like this one right here. This is something I will use because, well, it's all product images. Red light therapy, same thing. All right, we'll hit next. And it's pretty much the same thing. This is an Amazon link. This is an Amazon. These are Amazon assets from a product page that it scraped and it downloaded. And of course, you can upload your own assets. But I just wanted to show you that it doesn't matter where the link is coming from. If it has assets that can be scraped, it'll scrape the assets and make them usable for you. Or you can upload your own individual assets to add to the video and then go from there with Jogg AI. Their whole platform is about making everything simple for you, giving you options. Once again, we're back here. We can choose scripts from AI. We can use our own script. It don't matter. So we could go ahead and go with the top 3 reasons and we'll hit next. It's going to go ahead and generate the videos. And this time we'll just choose one since I already showed you the batch video portion. All right, we'll go ahead and just choose one. It's going to go ahead and add the product media and finalize the video. And we'll go from there. So as you can see, here is our avatar that I've chosen. It's given us 9 different videos and it shows each different kind. And we can do a quick edit, or we could go ahead and render, or we could do a pro edit. Let me just show you what the quick edit looks like since I didn't show you that previously. So with the quick edit, we can, it's only 11 seconds because it's a short video. So we can, and actually I probably would use this in a long form fashion. You can change the transition from zoom to backflash to white flash. You can go ahead and just click zoom. So it's 1 minute and 14 seconds, but it seems like it only has 2 scenes. So here in the quick edit, we can choose the public avatar or your avatars if you want to change the avatars. And it seems to be freezing a little bit. Don't know what the issue is. We can go ahead and change the voice if we want. And we can also go ahead and add music. But the thing about adding music in the quick edit is the music that you add is only the music within their library. If you want to upload your own music, I think we're having a little bit of issue. Let's go ahead and wait. If you have your own music, you have to go ahead into the Pro Editor to upload your own music. But I'll show you in a minute that they do have a pretty good library of music. So this is their library of music. If you wanted to add music to the video, this is the library that they have. And you would just go ahead and you could just hear how one of them sounds. Absolutely not. Definitely not. That's actually pretty good, but I don't like none of those, in my opinion. But this is definitely I like this in terms of the subtitles. I'm sticking with the voice. The script is fine. The only thing I probably would go into a Pro Editor and do is add my own music. And as you can see, I changed the font style and all of them across the board changed. So when you do go to change the font style in the quick edit, it applies to every potential video that you can use. So that's just something to keep in mind. But I'm not going to do a batch. When you see with the batch, you can select every video. I'm going to do a single video. Let's just go ahead and go into Pro Edit. And the only thing I want to do in the Pro Edit is see how it looks here. As you can see, there's different layers that you can go ahead and modify. Right. You can go ahead and duplicate. You could change the opacity, I believe is how you say it. You can insert images. Let's just go ahead and just bring this back. Like right here, if you wanted to duplicate, you could. It's a full editor. It gives you a bunch of options if you want to really customize the video, but really it's made to just grab links and make videos simple. Like I just would add my music to it. Like if I was going to put this out, and that is in music, because I have a music for my knee massager videos, and I'm going to go over to my music. And that's the music I would choose because I like that song. And you can see it's right there. I don't know why it's called Goals, but we'll go ahead and click Save. And I'll make sure I select the one that I edited because that's the one that I want and it has the music. And we'll go ahead and hit Render. So that is the URL function. Now I know I didn't show you exactly the URL. I just showed you some examples. All those examples I showed you, whether it's from my website or this Amazon knee massager, is pulled from actual links. So I just want you to keep that in mind. But ideally, it would make sense to just show you, and it does give you the sample right here. You click create video, and we're not going to go through everything. So target website, block direct access. So it says please use our Chrome plugin to fetch page info again. And do I have the Chrome plugin? I do have it. So let me go ahead and pause the video, and I want to log out of Amazon and go from there because I don't want to mess up my account. Okay, so we're logged into Amazon, and I'm gonna go ahead and just click this right here, convert URL to video, and we'll click here. And as you can see, it went ahead and grabbed those assets for me. Same process. I don't need to take you through everything once again. It automatically select the avatar for us, and automatically select the voice, automatically select the video settings. And once again, these videos you can do unlimited, or rather whatever's within the constraints of your plan. On the creator plan, you have unlimited. I know a lot of people use tools like Jogg AI to create these affiliate videos for products on Amazon and eBay and different places. It's just that Jogg AI is built to be supremely compatible with Amazon, so it's just easy. You see how it's just grab all those assets, and it didn't really take anything to do that. It was just simple. And if we go back over here, go home, go to projects, we can see that our video is here and it's done.
Deep tissue relief with dual 600 NMR and 800 PA 90 nanometer wavelengths.
That's one thing I noticed with certain abbreviations, the AI doesn't understand it, so it kind of struggles right there. So sometimes I'll type out what it is, and it just really requires a little bit of extra care because AI isn't perfect and it doesn't understand everything perfectly.
Heating plus 3D vibration melts stiffness and accelerates recovery. Portable, rechargeable brace fits knee, elbow, shoulder, multi-purpose. 88 red light beads delivered.
Now, this isn't a video I wouldn't put out, because while we can't understand what the avatar is saying, I like for it to be able to say things and kind of just switches over to a different feature or something to keep the audience engaged and not just looking at a static image and someone talking, like how you're looking at me talking, probably skipping around in this video. And we can go ahead and just pick one of these to render. Maybe we'll pick this one right here. They're talking about the Echo Buds. And we'll head back over here. Everything here is mostly good to go. We can go home, and that's the year out of video. We have the product photo shoot, and we're gonna go ahead and test this out, and then we'll be done with this video. I know it's been a long time coming.
Still struggling to make product ads?
But thankfully for the product ads, it does give us some samples that we can go ahead and just test. Instead of me just uploading, we'll just go ahead and select this iPhone, and we'll go with product shot. And we can use a prompt, or we can just go ahead and just use a preset. And we can choose a custom, which also allows us to choose the aspect ratio. But one thing to keep in mind is that you are going to use a portion of your credit. So we can go with high quality, and that's going to cost us about half a credit. But for the preset, it doesn't really give us, well, we have mobile phones, so perfect. We'll go with mobile phones, and we're going to go with this one right here, person holding it, and we'll hit generate, and it's going to be in the K doing its thing, and we can see that our avatar here is good to go for our Amazon product video.
Block the world, keep only what matters. Superior ANC sound. Commute, workout, or focus at home. Lightweight, secure, sweat resistant. Custom audio personalization to...
So you see the difference between this and a long form video. Even though in the shorts, I don't think this would do too good, because in the long form, you're more encouraged to click on the link than in the shorts. But I would definitely do this in a long form manner with the actual switching over quickly to keep the audience engaged. But it does a good job, and that's why I think Jogg AI is pretty much top notch for doing affiliate videos, anything of that sort, because it's very good at pulling the assets and putting together a coherent video, and their avatars are pretty good. Even though some of them are a little bit dull, really, if you just use some better quality avatars, I think that can negate that issue right there, in my opinion. And here we have a product shoot. We could go ahead and generate a video, and we'll show you how that looks. We can download it, we could generate a video. Let's go ahead and generate a video and see how that looks. And that's going to cost us a credit, and we can use VO3 and VO fast, and in order to do that, you paying for that. Jogg is like, we ain't paying for that, you paying for that with your API. So I don't have my API here to test that out. I could get it for demonstration purpose. It is in beta, and I want to show you how it looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pro. Well, it says excellent quality and fastest generation. We want the best generation, and that's going to cost us 1.5 credits, and we want it to be 10 seconds, so that's going to cost us 3. And we're going to keep it at this aspect ratio. We don't need to put anything in terms of how we want the product to appear, because we see how it is right here. But we could click the prompt generator, and it gives us a bunch of options depending on what we want. And we can also hit the random combination, smooth tracking shot, following model across the street. But we'll just let the AI do its thing, and we'll just hit generate, and we'll see how the product video shoot turns out. And of course, you have the model showcase. We can see how that looks as well. They did show us some examples. So I do want to show with headphones. We'll go with the AirPods. We'll go to, and it's gonna just show us how that looks while this is loading up. So we've seen how the product shot look, and now we're gonna see some model showcases, and it doesn't generate them at the same time. It generates them one at a time, and it is gonna take a little bit of time, so just gotta be patient and let them load. But I won't keep you here waiting. I'll pause the video and then we'll tap back in to see where it's at. Okay, family, so we can see in our model showcase here, put our model in a iPhone. Looks like as a wallpaper. And once again, we can generate a video if we want. And of course, we have the model right here showcasing the iPhone right here. So pretty much we went over the product shot and the model showcase, and now we have our product shot video. We can go ahead and play the video, and basically just shows the person just scrolling through the iPhone while things are going on in the background. Probably VO would produce a better video, and it does allow you to use your API to do that, but I can download the video, or we can remix the video, and that's probably going to take us into the editor. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything as I click right now, so no worries with that. I just want to show you that this is the product avatar 1.0. What we was just looking at is the new version, so they did upgrade, because pretty much you had to select the product image, put it in their hand, your avatar's hand, and then you would have to generate it. So let's click generate and see what that looks like, just so you can see the difference. But you do have the option to use the old version if you want, and it's going to go ahead and generate those product avatars. But I believe that's it for Jogg AI. I've shown you everything from the AI avatar videos to the AI ad makers. I've shown you the batch creation, how with one click, multiple video creations, the Amazon URL to video, product photo shoot, product video shoot, and the product avatar. Just waiting for these to generate, and then you can see how it looks in the 1.0. But in my opinion, Jogg AI is definitely worth the investment, especially in terms of the URL of the video. I know with the Avatar X and some of the other higher level functions, it can be costly. But in my opinion, if your content creation is your business, then that's something that you're going to invest in anyways. And being able to do certain things like turn a PowerPoint or a PDF into a video, being able to turn your own photo into a talking photo for content creation, being able to do a video podcast. I mean, you could do anything pretty much here in terms of content creation with video. But specifically, if you're trying to do affiliate marketing, because I am affiliate marketer, digital marketer, the URL to video, amazing. The product photo shoot, also amazing, because people can see with the AI avatars how your products is going to look in their hands or on their bodies and things like that. So as you can see, the 1.0, it definitely is not great, but you can regenerate it, and you do have options. So that's what matters in this aspect. But what are your thoughts on Jogg AI? In my opinion, it's a go. Black Friday deal is in effect. Make sure you check out Jogg AI. The link will be in the description below. Black Friday deals in effect for 6 more days. Double your credits. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell. It's simple. I'll catch you on the next video, fam. Peace. Oh, also let me know if you want me to cover more videos on Jogg AI or more features. Peace, fam.